Show with Adrian Biddle, Melissa Bartlett, and your boy Kerry Bixby. It's your show, so tell us what you want to talk about. It's at the Round Table Podcast Show. All right, here we are once again, my friends. We are live.
What's up?
Yes, indeed, indeed. It is a podcast show at the Round Table.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. On 420.
420, baby.
420. It's a day unlike any other. Well, let me tell you, it was funny because we were, we all got together last night. Well, two of our sons were over last night, and he got into that discussion about 420. And Renee was like, 420? What's that? So I come walking in. Okay, you know what 420 is? Yeah. Ooh-wee. So like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, 420. Shouts out to the people that partake and those that's, sell the accessories and stuff like that and everything. It's your day. It's true.
Great day in the cannabis industry.
Yes, indeed.
I got on them keep it right, tight shades, indoor shades. These are indoor shades.
Indoor shades.
Representing the 420. What's going on, people?
And with that being said, we introduce the Miss Pitbull who keeps us in line. Yes, indeed, Miss Melissa Bartlett.
My family. It is Wednesday. So glad to be here. So glad to be a part of this platform with my brothers. And I think that tonight's topic is a good one. I think it's going to give the people something to chew on tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to go to my boy, Money, Adrian Biddle, a.k.a. Dinky Def Jams, a.k.a.
don't.
in the podcast.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for that introduction. I'm looking forward to tonight's topic as well. I always enjoy coming on with you both and just chopping it up with all these different topics that the people want us to talk about. And last but not least, the guy below us, the one that stirs the drink, the conductor himself, Mr. Kosher CD.
What's going on, everybody? Well, I'm gonna tell you, it is a great day to be in the neighborhood. I appreciate hanging out with my people once again on Wednesday. Shouts out to Terry Digsby. She just joined us saying hola. So hola,
Terry.
My daughter. If you get a chance, share this particular broadcast. I think it's going to be a one for the masses. Shouts out to the Pitbull for hitting us on this topic right here. Boy, I felt it, as my boy would say, in my sha-na-na when she said this topic right here. I was like, oh, yes. We got to talk about this right here. Boy. I'm ready.
Anytime this kind of stuff comes up, you guys are on my man radar. It ain't but a few names that I respect enough that I could put on that list. You know what I'm saying? And when certain topics come up, I just kind of feel like, okay, does that seem like something they would do? Does that seem like something they wouldn't? Or is that something, is that one of their characteristics or whatever? And if it's not anywhere, I got to call it out, So this topic, it was a lot of traction and a lot of, trending on social media about how people feel about certain looks, hobbies, characteristics, reputations. And it seems like everything is switched now. What a good dude is versus what a a trash dude is, you know? So,
Mel, define it.
I was
Define
just
that,
about to
please.
say define trash. Define, yeah.
Yeah.
So the people out there know.
Yeah, from your perspective and from a sister's perspective.
somebody who's what, good versus somebody who's trash?
Well, yeah, I mean, let's keep it real, because the terminology that was utilized on a particular sports figure being with his wife and children was corny.
Yep.
Which I was like, what?
Yeah.
But define what is trash, sis?
To me, a trash dude is a dude that just does not care. Like, there is no honor, there is no pride in being a man other than your natural body. Like, they don't want to. They just have no get up, no drive, no initiative to make something, to have something, to leave something. It's just like, I'm gonna use whoever I'm gonna use, and they're extremely disrespectful and lazy towards women.
So, and this can transcend all races and all cultures.
Yep. The topic, or the social media site that I was on, it was comparing two African American men, but it's because of them having a shared love. So family, you may have seen this. Someone was comparing Future, the rapper, to Russell Wilson, the Seahawks quarterback, who is currently married to Sierra. And Sierra used to date Future and also had her first child by him. And so we were speaking on how it appears that the younger generation, or this Gen Z, not everyone, but there's a nice heavy percentage, look at men who father multiple children, has a track record because they've shared it on social media, of not being a good dad, or loyal to the woman that they've swooned to have, and then they just treat them like whatever, versus someone who is stable, still making money, still successful, but literally dotes on his wife and his family. And he's not out at parties. You don't have, footage and video of him throwing money in a strip club. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but because he's not doing any of that, and most of your social videos and pictures that you see is him and Sierra, or it's him and the kids, they classify him as the corny one. Versus Future being the one that should have some type of a negative impact. It's like they're saying he's unrealistic. They're saying that Russell Wilson is unrealistic. He's corny, or it's easy for him to act like that because he's a square. He's an L7. He's an L7.
What's going on, Charlie 2? Thank you for joining us on that Roundtable Podcast show. Tonight's topic, you see it running down at the bottom. Just kind of like, just short and to the point. We want you to chime in, though.
But I thought that was interesting, because I definitely look at you to, what happened?
Probably had to remove itself briefly.
But, I look at y'all, and you take care of your family. You guys are fun. You're not like uptight. You love your wives. Your wives love you. I mean, I wouldn't consider you corny.
Charlie.
My other half has to be corny. Y'all know. She need a yin to her yang.
She need a yin to her yang. Oh, jump on in, Terry. Shoot, jump
Hmm.
on in. This is going to be an interesting one right here.
I think so too. And with me, I think it's all perception. Well, not necessary perception. It is what is being, and y'all know I'm a big advocate about this, but it's
Mhm.
being what's being marketed, what's being sold to be the norm now. That's that stuff actually is marketed to be the norm. Um, Disrespect of women, throwing money around loosely, no regard to authority, mothers, wives, kids at times, just outright disrespect. You even see more movies like that that comes out more now than we have previously seen before as we were growing up.
Yep.
You don't see any more good guys, so to speak, being marketed as far as TV shows or movies or music. It's very limited.
Well, they only use two guys. That's the good guys. It's Denzel Washington and Will Smith. That's it.
That's true.
Well,
That's true.
guess it's cut down to one now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry that
Too
my bad.
early. Still too
Yeah, it was
early.
real early, but I had to take a jab real quick. Oh, Charlie Two chimed in. She said, as a person training to be a relationship consultant, ooh, I can't wait for that. Ooh, it's gonna
Hmm.
be fun.
Hmm.
I love topics like this because, truth be told, everyone wants Russell, but futures have the focus. Ooh. And then she said, by focus, I mean attention only. Oh, yes. Y'all
Yep.
remember the cartoon or the little graphic that came out years ago, years ago, in which it depicted um, a young black man, kind of nerdy, walking down the hallway, and he was trying to talk to this young girl who was very beautiful at the time, and she didn't want to have anything to do with him. She was all on the football player's arm, all that. And then it flashed forward 10 years later, and he's getting out of his red convertible, and he sees her walking down the street with a bunch of kids, but the football player is not there. And then remember when Kanye first came out with his album, College Dropout, and in one of his songs, you remember, she's laughing already. You remember?
18 years. 18 years.
You got it. Yeah, that was oh man.
I think that and I was gonna flip this too.
Mm-hmm.
We as women, and this does apply to all males, but right now we're just focused on, African American, but this applies to all.
Mm-hmm.
We as women in general have a duty, a responsibility, and we have to be held accountable to also projecting this kind of wave or bias attention or focus, because the girls want that bad guy, they want the athlete, they want the
Mm-hmm.
and they do shun away from the guys who are considered not nerds or lame or whatever the case. And I mean, always been taught, don't nobody want you unless somebody else wants you. You know what I mean? Like, don't nobody want you unless somebody else wants you. Don't nobody want someone that nobody else wants. So
Mm-hmm.
those people usually aren't the focus and have the attention. So it's kind of like, oh, well, yeah, I see them, but whatever. You kind of want to be the one that win the race. And we have to start teaching our daughters to stop dating potential and start dating what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you saw him with Susan on Thursday, and then after school while you was doing whatever, he with Tiffany locking her home and that. You already know what he's about.
Mm.
But you want to go after him because you think what? You're that magic person that's going to change him? No. And some of these women are straight business. I'm trying to get with him so I can get pregnant. And you definitely don't need to do that with Future because he ain't taking care of the other 8 he got. Like what?
Whoa.
So I mean, you know, we as women, we have some responsibility in this too, you know, to make sure that you are making, if you set a standard, and this is some of the things that I may not agree with Steve Harvey all the time, but I do agree with him with this. We as women control the dating game. It's more of us than you. So why are we the ones that are losing? Not everybody, but I'm just saying, from marriages to going together to living together, it's like you are losing. How? There's more of us than men, but because we can't unify. Because if women had a certain standard, we had a certain thing, this is how everyone handle themselves, men will correct and do those things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Terry said, all right, I had to pull over. So here's the thing. As a woman, you have to want more for yourself. If Future is what you're striving for, then you need to check yourself. He has shown himself. He has shown his cards. So how can we blame him if women keep flocking to him?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie said, I've always had a corny guy love interest because I'm a sapiosexual and I have known it forever.
I am to a degree, Charlie. We play a bigger role in that. Yep. Absolutely. Wow. He says now we have to start telling our children ourselves that we have to be whole humans and or the type of people we want to provide and protect, period.
That's where the narrative is being missed. That's a very good point.
Yep.
That again is where the narrative is being missed. And again, like I said, it does start at home.
Mm-hmm.
and what you're exposed to in the media as well. Y'all remember Revenge of the Nerds?
Yes. Yep. Yes.
I love that movie. I mean, it's and I'll use that as an example as far as what's being promoted today, as far as entertainment. It's again, I think that plays a large part in pushing that narrative of, I guess, the bad boy image that's what you're supposed to strive for. It's not it and all of this has been around before us. This is
right.
just a new spin on it. But
right.
the thing about it then is that it was balanced. Now you're seeing less of that other half of this is the other thing that you should be striving for. And that's being eliminated or no longer being talked about or promoted.
That's the word, balance. There's no balance. And on top of that, you look at, okay, remember, even if it was, crazy, mad, traditional for 2022 youth in Generation Z, we still had like some rules that was given to us, guys and girls. And so, yeah, there's different things now that more things have been taught. We've gained knowledge, but you still need to give a certain rules to the like the times that the girls and the guys are dating in. Like you can't just drop the ball because you're like, well, I don't know how to do that text message stuff. So like you can't just leave our kids without any instruction. And I think that also has played a part in the switch and the sway in the majority versus the minority of it. Like there is no balance. It's like 20% to 80%. And all these different sexuals and use your pronouns and it like you got all this stuff going on. Like, and there's no flat line, like there's no foundation.
I'm
People are
confused.
going to be lost. They're going to be lost. You didn't even
I'm
teach
confused.
the kids, okay, this is here. Now, this is what we've learned. So this is how this has changed. There is nothing. No wonder the younger generation is like just screwed up when it comes down to dating.
Yeah, I think we dropped the ball. Oh, hold on. Terry said, on the flip side, you got wolves in sheep's clothing. I'm not a Russell Sierra fan simply because they portray a healthy relationship. But on Future Junior's 5th birthday, Russell made a post and said he enjoyed being in his life for the last 5 years. Now let's do some math. And that math's not math and right. I think everybody skipped past that sentence, but I peeped the game. Hey, explain, if you don't mind, explain a little bit more on it. Definitely explain a little bit more on that so people know. Because yeah, because they got married in 2016. So yeah, definitely explain a little bit more on that so people will know. Charlie said, we tell children these dumb ideas of little girls who want a Prince Charming. Yep. And little boys need to be strong jocks. No, you need to be a good human and stop focusing on false images.
That's right, Charlie.
Good point. Good point. Oh, wow.
Then you got Nick Candace. Nick is good reputation, but he's having all these kids with multiple women and sleeping with multiple women at the same time. So isn't he the same? Oh, yep. And so somebody had told me when the tea cooled down that he was having these children because of his disease. He has a disease.
Uh-huh.
And so he's trying to have all these kids so he might can use, I guess, some type of a cell therapy or something to help cure his disease. Now that was just some tea that somebody, said when it cool down. When it cool down, then you can share.
Huh.
Hold on a second. Oh, Terry said, how could he have been in the baby's life for the last 5 years if she was still with Future at that time?
So she's saying that she feels like Russell threw a dig at Future. Like, I've been with, this has been the best 5 years of my life. Meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and just a little sidebar on that and devil's advocate. Now, they've been married since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby was born, if memory serves me correctly, like right before. Yeah. So right before they actually got together, the baby was born.
Because didn't Sierra, she had not had Future Junior yet when they split, right?
I think so. I think that's so. Because like I said, I know it was July something other they got married or whatever. But as far as like when the baby was born, that's a good question. I'd have to Google that right there and see. But the irony is that, and y'all, if you're just now getting on, basically this topic came up because of basically them making somebody social media and such making a dig at Russell Wilson being quote unquote corny. I got to play devil's advocate again. So here's the thing that gets me. It's like it's so interesting because I can honestly remember, this is when, me and A Money, we coming up, we at the G and stuff like that. And a lot of times, G-Dogs forever. But it was like that even then, in which if you were an African-American guy that was studious and such, it seemed as though, and you didn't run with, the thug crowd or whatever, and if you weren't a jock or you was a semi-jock or whatever, it just seemed as though the perception by the sisters were totally different towards you. And I just think it's unfortunate because I think what should have happened is when we learn from that, and I try to do it, when I learned from that, I try to impart that with my boys and just let them know, be you, whatever you want to do. If you want to be, if you want to be that type of kid who doesn't listen to rap all the time, you want to listen to some country or you want to listen to some rock as well as some jazz, develop yourself, because trust and believe, you developing yourself is going to get you the queen that you want, whether she black, white, green, purple, whatever the case may be. So I just thought that was kind of interesting that, you know, even back then, that perception, that stigma was there. And then now it just seems like young people, like even the joke that goes around now, a lot of times you'll see it on social media about the gray sweatpants.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with gray sweatpants? What you trying to say? Hold on. What you saying? Is something wrong? Is something wrong with the gray sweatpants?
I'm just
It's
saying.
something wrong. It's something wrong with the ladies talking about the gray sweatpants.
I'm just saying, you're not saying anything about the seersucker pants or anything like that. But everybody wants, everybody want the gray sweatpants and the Timberlands.
No. I'm not gonna let this one fly because there's just as many women on the little Silver Fox page and all that where they got their hats and their suits on. It's just as many women that's like, yes, I'm feeling it, loving it, dapper, da 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 da. So
but it's just now coming around, because back in the day, I'm gonna tell you, back in the day, ladies were all about the gray sweatpants and the Timberlands, but then they got aggravated when they used to come in home from work and them Timberlands sitting over there at the corner of the door, ain't moved since last night, and them feet and them sweatpants sit up while you playing that video game. Things start changing, and it's like, yo, you know, Mike Jones.
Ladies, I like gray sweatpants season, and I'm not gonna talk to Carrie about this. We gonna talk about this on another page, ladies. Okay.
They say stay on subject.
Renee said, "Don't start, man."
Renee,
I'm just saying.
Renee, I got us, girl. I got us. I got us, Renee. I got us. They're not getting ready to do that. What I said, we're not having it. We're not having it.
Wow, they just chiming in right now. I can't even keep up. Boy, Renee kind of threw me out when she said, "Don't start, man." I'm sorry.
I like how you connected it. I followed you with it. It was
Thank you, bro. You follow me.
Yeah,
you follow me. You know, and now it brings up another thing that is very interesting, because you know the whole Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay, so last night, no, actually the night before, I was watching The Good Doctor. All right, so on The Good Doctor, of course, you have our boy, who is like running the hospital right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, and if y'all don't know, you know, you definitely, Hill Harper. I'm just going ahead and let you know. So Hill Harper runs the hospital, and he was trying to take care of this young brother, and the young brother looked at him and made a comment about him looking like a certain person or acting like a certain person off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, of course, he was like, "Yo, you know, if you let me find out what's going on with you and take care of you, I'll do the dance." And everybody remembers the dance. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it seems like, you know, the Carlton dance is so synonymous, and Carlton, for that matter, is synonymous with a positive African American that does not follow the same stereotype or whatever, as far as being clean cut, being very prolific, listening to alternative type music than rap and hip hop, and is about that money and about that, you know, just living a better life and stuff. So I just thought it was ironic when I came on the other night and Mel had hit us with this topic, and I was like, do society perceive us as that? You know, in other words, if it's a brother who's very well dressed and he's very prolific, you know, knows his game, not following quote unquote them standards that society has placed out there on African American men, is that a negative? You know, is he quote unquote corny? So I'm throwing that out there because it looks like Renee and them they chiming in right now. So I want them to answer that as well.
Yeah, please. I think things have changed since then. I can only speak to like the 90s, and I can also hold myself accountable to having a little bit of that too. However, I was a nerd myself. I was in a band. I had Scarlet classes. I lived next to the thug or the street dude. So I
Mm.
was in both worlds. I didn't have to be anything other than me because they knew I was smart. They knew I was in school, but they also knew I was cool because we was in front of the same neighborhood.
Right.
So I definitely have been attracted to people in the band, people in my pre-cal classes, but I have always been also, attracted to that street dude. And so, having attraction for someone, I mean, this is just like having a preference. To have a preference is to have your preference, and it's your right and your option. To belittle people who don't fit your preference is the problem.
Mm.
And so if you feel like you don't think that a guy can rock with you because he don't party, he don't drink, he's not a person that go out, that's a preference. But you can't say that he's less of a man or less as important or just as right for somebody else because he's not your preference.
Mm. Good point.
Important.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Heard it from the sisters.
And a woman, I don't care who she is, a woman always like a man to be who he is. We do not like people who are fake.
Good point. Yeah. Way to go, Terry. Okay. So she said, I legit told my husband back in the day, like, hey, don't focus on what you see your friends doing if they live a certain lifestyle, because they might be hustling and flashing on Facebook, but they got 3 baby mamas in Section 8 and on welfare. Whoa. Shut up. Gunshots fired.
That's true.
Good point. Good point. Good point. They're having this deep discussion about Russell and such. So I'm gonna let Charlie and her do that. Mm.
Yeah.
The Good Doctor is a good show. It is. It is. And Hill Harper, if y'all take a look at his background and just his tenure in the industry, he's portrayed many different genres.
To me, he's a very underrated actor as well.
Very much so. Very much so.
Very much so.
If you get a chance, watch Meteor Man.
Oh my God, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was
back in the archives with that one.
Meteor Man.
Wow.
Okay.
He was a Meteor Man.
Meteor Man. And he was in another movie as well that portrayed him as a drug dealer as well. And I'm gonna throw it out there and I'm gonna see if anybody remember what that movie was. And it had, that movie had 2, actually there was, okay.
He's a young kid, but who?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
You gotta give me one of the lead actors.
Okay, one of the lead actors, Omar Epps. I'm gonna leave it like that. And see if anybody remembers this movie.
LL Cool J is God, but I can't think of the name of it.
That's it. Yep, LL Cool J was God.
What is the name? Deep Cover.
Yeah.
Deep Cover.
There you go. Good job. Good job. Yeah, but it's interesting because he was in that as well, and then from there, I mean, in every single role, I mean, he took it from that to like each role, he grew, and I mean, now he's
not like this, not like that, but he did grow. He didn't grow tall.
Yeah, he didn't grow tall, but he grew in his craft, as well as he's a prolific public speaker. He's on the talk circuit many times. He's written several books that help uplift young African American men.
Yes, I gifted one of his books for Christmas to the males at my family ones. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, they having a deep discussion about this right here.
It's not gray sweatpants, is it?
No. It's about Future and Sierra and but I mean that's what that's
he said it's not the gray sweatpants. Is it? Ain't. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all have no idea. All shades. Heather gray, steel gray, it don't matter.
Oh Lord.
What I'll say is you can't be stuck on first appearances, because when you look at CJ and I, only one of us had a college degree, and it ain't me.
Yep. Good point. Good point. Can't judge a book by its cover. And that brings up an interesting sidebar, because, when you see brothers, I'll go ahead and put it out there. If you see a brother in, sweatpants and Timberlands. Well, so you don't know. He might have that bachelor degree. He might have that doctorate. He might be a doctor. You don't know. So I'm not saying that, we're supposed to be, but I'm just saying, as far as how society has always deemed us to be less than, it seems like. And you know what? Just to sidebar on that as well, Renee, that's a good point. Consistent man. But I think it's interesting because we as men, we need to uplift each other when it comes to wanting to do better, not just the sisters, because so many times the picture is painted that sisters are always trying to change a brother. But we as brothers need to be able to talk to each other in order to uplift and encourage each other to do better. And I'll give you a synopsis or a story. I remember working with this young brother, not really young brother, he's about my age now, maybe a year younger, but I remember he was going through a lot with his family. And I remember, he needed help, so I was there to help him and such. And I remember, I think he had gotten into it with his girl or whatever, so, but he lashed out at me. And these words stuck with me and run with me. And I was like, man, I couldn't believe he did this to me. But he said, you always trying to be perfect. You are not perfect. Why you always got to try to be perfect? Now, this is granted. Now, this is a brother who needed my help, asked me for help, and I gave him help. And he would always talk to me about things. And then one time I said something to him, he made that comment. And I was just totally stunned by that because, and I think a lot of times, people misconstrue doing the right thing with trying to be perfect. I thought we were supposed to be here to do the right thing for each other and help each other. And, he took at it totally different and everything. But then I understood later on that he was lashing out because he and his girl were going through some things and they were breaking up and they had kids and all this other stuff. But that still does not stop us from being the type of individuals to help each other, encourage and lift brothers up and tell them it's going to be better and try to help them along that way. But sometimes brothers, they have a tendency to kind of like just throw negativity,
And I think it just comes from her. Every show, heal the kid, heal the adult, heal the boy, heal the man, heal the girl, heal the woman. And I'll something that was brought up in our household is practice does not make perfect; it makes permanent. You're not gonna be perfect, but you will practice some behaviors that's going to become a part of you. They're going to be so much a part of you that they are a permanent part of you. And that's really what we need to start saying, is that when you're practicing good behavior, changed behavior, because you are seeking perfection, make sure that you are aware that the gain is not so much on the perfection, but on the permanent. So,
well, I tell you, these jewels that she keep dropping. I'm telling you, you need to go ahead and write a book.
Should do.
I do. Because a lot of stuff Margaret Jeffrey gave me, and she had a lot of funny sayings and a lot of just some straight up cornbread and greens, collard greens way of looking at things. So I really do need to get with Carrie and get this started, because it is going to, you'll be able to look at that book at 50, at 20, at 70 and still find something that applies, because now you're looking at it at a different phase in your life.
That's some grandma and grandpa type stuff right there. That's some knowledge that transcend generations right there. Yeah,
that's
that. You got that. You need to put pen to paper.
For real. Whenever you're ready. Oh, good one, Charlie. Yeah. Preach on that, sis.
Society's conditioned us what subpar looks like, and being a project of the projects preload. Your intelligence, not that most of those in projects had the most intelligence to navigate the life dealt to them. It's about the energy.
That's it.
Yeah.
Go with God. Bye. Renee,
serious boy. Hey, that's my people right there. Renee. Yeah. That's what I ended up doing, because sometimes you can't, I tell people this all the time. A man got to walk his own path. You're supposed to encourage, you're supposed to love on them. And I think that's an issue, because we don't, as men, don't tell each other we love each other and to help each other. And I'm here for you, brother, and blah, blah, blah. But then It's like that emotional bank. You keep doing withdrawals and not putting any deposits in. I'm telling you, funds cannot go dry over here. And C, C, and D.
Siri. She said, I don't think you should try to change a man's nature, but if you're going to be in a relationship and marry that person, and once you get married, it's like, okay, this is who you are, but let's build on that.
Dropping that wisdom. Okay.
Good
Part
point.
Part two.
Especially if you marry a man while he's young, because the person you are when you got married, that can't be the same person you are when you're 30, 40, and 50. There's got to be some growth. So, hello, flag on the play. If he's still that dude at 20, you might want to go on and go. You might want to go ahead and look on what's happening over there. Because,
but that's why, they say, and old people or wisdom filled people will tell you that her looks will go away, his muscles will go away, but hopefully you married him for the right reason. So
that's there ain't no muscles in the first place.
Some of them come in with muscles, but that dad bod is a wonderful thing right now.
Especially in the gray sweatpants. Woohoo! Okay, I'm sorry.
There she go. I can never about that. Oh Lord Jesus.
You're right though, Carrie, for real. You have to have something else to have you connected and keep the union strong, because sometimes life happens, sometimes things happen. Like, everything that you thought, oh yeah, this is who I want to be with, because you're thinking this is who I'm gonna be with and get to do all these things with for the rest of my life.
Right.
It doesn't happen like that, because what interested me at 25 when I first got married is I could care less about now at 47.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just something totally different for me. So I don't have to. Yeah, I think you should change those desires, and the Bible speaks to that. And I feel the passage where he's saying where you're, as a young Christian, you're milk, but then you go and develop into the meat, you're eating meat. I think any relationship that you're in, whether it's a family, whether it's friendship, whether it's a lovers, you should have this progression that whatever sustains you before doesn't sustain that now, because now y'all have moved on to something else. I think that goes to show how much energy you need to be putting into whatever you're in, because if you're kind of still doing what you were doing back then, you're not really gaining anything from that. And I think these are things that's not taught, and so our society or younger society get caught up on this stuff. Oh, everybody's saying that he's hot, so that's what I need to try to find, or that's who I want somebody. I'm gonna try to find somebody who emulates him, who can. And you're getting trash. You're, guys and girls. Those girls on Instagram who went down to Florida and went down to Brazil and bought their body, they are not walking down the street in Mecklenburg County. They're not.
That reality TV is a beast.
It is. These women have paid thousands of dollars for a short. They're making the most out of the opportunity because they're giving themselves probably like a 10-year window to get recognized, get married, maybe get pregnant, or to get found, to get money, to get to trend, to become viral, to get money. Like, I want to have something that is going to give me longevity. And so a lot of those girls, they want guys who are superficial and shallow because they're not even trying to be with them that long in the first place.
That's it. Jerry said, now I don't look down on anyone for hustling or doing what they feel like they have to do to provide for their family, but I love them. My man has a 9-to-5 with benefits, has glasses that he never wants to wear. He goes out, comes to work, comes home and sits in his man cave and doesn't want to change diapers and all. I love that. Hey, he don't want to change no diapers. He get it from his grandma. Communication is the key. Good point. Yes, indeed, Renee. Yes, indeed. It's got to be some communication. Oh, wow. Okay, Charles.
Maturity of the women. or men? Because I know many 45-year-old thoughts
Whoa.
that think that they're still the bar, but they're still dumb and they make a bar.
True story. I remember. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it out there to. I guess Renee should know. Well, if you're from Charlotte, it used to be a club that used to be very popping here in Charlotte, and I remember going there in my 20s and such. And I thought it was so ironic when you go in there and you would see guys and girls in there, like literally in their 40s and 50s. And the only reason why I'm mentioning this because she made this comment, but yeah, you go in there and they're like in their 40s and 50s and stuff, and they dress like us in our 20s and trying to hang and connect with the young people, and it's just like wow. So fast forward to now, and the whole growth and maturity that you were mentioning, Mel. It's amazing because it's like when you're in your 50s, you think about your yesteryears, but ain't no way in the world you're gonna be caught in no place like that or doing those things. There's other things you be doing right now,
Or wearing those skinny pants.
Oh man, not the skinny pants. Hey. No,
well, then again, y'all may like that if y'all like the gray sweatpants anyway. So
look at it. You gonna be loose or tight? What is it?
So that's now for me. I cannot get with the skinny jeans, the skinny pants. I cannot. And when I see men that are like 40 plus, and you're wearing those, like what in the world? I cannot. I'm okay for you not to be 90s baggy, but I mean, we both got on jeggings. Like that's not gonna work. I'm doing laundry and I can't tell those is your jeans and my jeans. Like,
oh
no,
Lord.
Oh God.
No, sir.
Oh man. That's funny.
And then the stupid thing is they so tight, and then you wearing them down below. Like, what was the point? That's why they all walk like penguins, because they all walk. If you see a whole group of homeboys, they all look like they in a singing group because they can't help but to rock back and forth so they can walk. Like, what was the point of that? I don't understand.
Absolutely.
Oh man, that is some weekends. No, it wasn't weekends. No. That was one place, but no, not this. That wasn't the spot. This spot was infamous. I mean, infamous.
I got nothing.
God,
I know.
Y'all side effects.
It is enter in the real. Yes.
I heard of them, and to see that how much of a nerd I was. I think I only been to one club, and that was in my adulthood.
What?
I know. Yeah.
What?
Dang.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta ask, which one was it?
What's the one on it's Brookshire, the one that was on Brookshire.
Oh my God, it's been so many names.
Club Royale. It was
it's Club Royale. Yeah,
it's Club Royale now.
I think it was the one before Club Royale.
Yeah. Because dude named Miami used to bounce at the door, and I'm telling my age now, but yeah, back in the day, he used to bounce at the door, and he would charge people like extra to get up in front. Well, that's what you call a side hustle, boy. When you got control of the door and you charging people.
I just pressed my lips together because Miami used to call our kickball game. So.
Miami,
Lord. You remember my face.
Oh Lord.
And I'm gonna tell you how much of a novice I was at the time. You look like you hurt.
Skinny jeans should not be worn by grown men. Absolutely. Oh, they said skinny jeans are not pencil suits. Thank you. I will, Renee.
They are going in.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And so to tell you how much of a novice I was, that one only time that I went to the club, I got kicked out within 15 to 20 minutes of being there.
Why?
Yeah. like I said, this is a judge-free zone, right?
It is. It
Okay.
is.
So
Table.
my sister had a cookout, and everybody started saying, let's hit up a club. And I had a couple of fine adult beverages, and I'm saying, yeah, you know what? I haven't never been to one, so yeah, let's try it. So I had put 1 or 2 cans of that fine adult beverage in my pants, and and once we got up into the club, I said, I'm gonna sit up here at the bar and relax and just take in what's the ambiance and everything. So I
You
reached
know
down
you
in my
did.
pants pocket, cracked one open, and I was wondering why the bartender was looking at me like side eye. And then the next thing you know, he was beckoning somebody from the corner, like, "Hey, come get." And then the next thing you know, I had 2 bouncers on one of each arm, and my brother-in-law at the time, he was like, what y'all doing to my brother-in-law? Man, you need to come get your boy. And next thing you know, I was outside.
Look, and that's
I,
the spot for you to get some chicken too.
Hey,
Chicken. You ain't even get no chicken
Hey.
wings in there.
hey, that's
Money thought.
that's just between us 3 and our family out there.
Hey, listen, hey, you know this thing
Here.
on YouTube now. But
Here,
yeah.
here, you gonna go. You gonna go to.
Hey,
You gonna go to Ruth Chris and order dinner, and then pull out a Tupperware container and be like, "I got my own dessert. Can I get some ice cream to go with my peach cobbler that I brought?"
hey, Money thought he was at the VFW when they tell you you bring your own bag and your own cups and you pay for the ice.
He was at the F Lodge. It did not say BYOB.
Ah! You right, Tim.
Right.
Okay.
So you couldn't have got no cans and no skinny jeans.
No.
Hey, he's gonna went up in there with 2 bulls in his pocket.
Not 1 can, 2. What was the slits? Was it
Hey, come to the bartender.
45?
Oh my goodness.
Told you how much of a nerd I am or was or still am. I don't know.
God, I wish I was there, boy. Man, oh man, I would not let you go out like that.
Go into a time machine and go back. Look, I'll be like, look, you don't know me, but we get cool in the future. So let me hurry up and damage you real quick. Let's go to all these clubs.
Yeah.
I would take him from the early dirties up to the nice ones. Just go. I would have him in everything because that is crazy. Woo.
What? Where at, Charlie?
Yeah.
Charlie
like I would know anyway, but
hey. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Charlie said, I was blessed and still am. My uncle has clubs in Charlotte, thank God. I was working the door at spots in the late 90s until the day. Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, Charlie.
Okay, BIP.
All right, BIP.
Did you ever work remember when Soul Food came out on Showtime?
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, did you ever work a Soul Foods party at the clubs?
Oh, shoot. Okay. That's what's up.
Oh, cool.
Press box. I need to chit chat with him. Do an event.
That'd be nice.
That'd be very nice. Yeah. Wow. Man, we learn a lot when we bring up topics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Money was going up in there. Thuggin. Boom.
Not
right.
intentionally.
He sat down on the stool. He was turned backwards. You know, it was watching. Then he got thirsty. He turned around slow. He said, clap.
Hey.
And probably looked at the bartender and was like, "How you doing?"
Yeah. Had visions of Billy D all in his head when he did it.
How you doing? The bartender looking like, "What you doing?" He up there speaking.
And I said, them Them brothers were strong too, man. I couldn't shake them off of me.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it.
No, that wouldn't get paid for, man. And you'd be like, security.
I got a video of this dude dancing at the press box. I'm gonna send it to you, Charlie. It was hilarious. He knew all the words to the song. He was doing all movements, like the whole rap song. It's like he had he was in a mirror at home, like, okay, I'm gonna do it when they get to this part. I'm gonna do this when they get to that part. We were dying. I said, only in the press box.
Hey, back in the day, boy, it used to be guys that actually did that. I remember being at the club, and there's this one particular guy. There's always, when you go to the club, there's a guy who swear he can dance, but he's doing these routines that he done made up, and he been rocking the routine. He been doing it all week just to wait till Saturday night to get out there to do that routine. And you know who he is, because he's the one that got that towel. He know he about to put it down, and he get that towel, and he be like,
if you ain't a big boy, you can't talk to me if you got a towel, because that means that you think you a performer, and I ain't got time for no make believe. Only big boys can carry a towel and still look sexy. Like, get out of here.
Even if you're wearing gray sweatpants.
Even if you wear, if you wear sweatpants. Try to trip me up.
Oh, you got on gray sweatpants.
We can dance one dance.
Uh-oh. Charlie, we might have to have you on the show so you can share. Sharing is
caring. I hope your live is still up, because I'm about to go and be nosy.
Yes, indeed. Feed the needy. Yeah, we're going to find out about Charlie.
I just don't want nobody to talk about my club days.
Uh-oh.
I used to work at the wing place by there, and someone came out of the press box and offered me $100 to get them someone's delivery order on my way out.
Oh wow,
that's what you call thugging.
Yeah.
You don't even care that person.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I used to be lit. That would be me. Like, I don't even want to wait. I need to eat now. What's that? What's in there? I'll give you this. Have them go make it over. Like, that would be me. For real. Because sometimes you got to have food, like, right now. It's a no, according to the science. It's over 7 years ago, and they didn't even know this was me. Oh. Press box. I know I am thinking about, we need to do, I don't even want to say it on here because somebody gonna snatch it. Like, we need to come together and just have like a food truck that stay open till 4.
Would be nice.
We stay open from 12 to 4, because Charlotte has no place to eat when people come out. That's why the club's making a killing selling them little nasty chicken wings, because they already know there's no place to get something hot, get something good when they leave.
Now, there's one place that is over there off of Freedom Drive that's a club that has some dope wings. They are amazing. This guy be frying up wings. I don't know what he put in the wings. This is my meat eating today, so you know. But yeah, them wings, well, people used to break their neck. I mean, the club be open and people are coming in ordering wings there, and I used to be like, wow, what in the world? Blaze, what's up?
Hey, bro.
What's going on, brother?
It's good, man. What's good?
Yeah, we need to have you on again. It's been a minute.
I know we need a catch-up show. What's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie. That sounds good.
Hey, Mace, I know, hey, no thing, man. He said he came in late, but we were talking about the topic of tonight is, you know, is thugging cool and being a positive brother corny? You know, it's basically quick synopsis. So yeah, we've been on here chit-chatting about that, and it's led from that to, you know, gray sweatpants and Timberlands, skinny jeans and tight pants, and trying to change your man and thoughts, and it just, you know how we get a topic, it gravitates.
40-year-old thoughts.
I'm sorry, I digress. 40-year-old thoughts.
Yeah,
So
that's
this
even
thing,
worse.
it's like a tree. It's got many branches. So, oh, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
True.
Bill Gates, is he corny?
He's single now too, ain't
He sure is. He's single. Is he corny? Because he ain't really nothing to look at. So, but is he cute now because he's a billionaire? You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
That's another topic.
Would you look at him if he was trying to holler at you and buy you a hot dog and you didn't know who he was?
Walking in the park with a little dog.
Still shouts at the local Macy's.
Nothing wrong with that.
Renee, what? Why you say that? Why you shit? What? He is so very nice, and I love he's in my neighborhood.
Who is he talking about? I know she ain't talking about Bill Gates.
Might be talking about Bill Gates. You know, she's very mysterious. Charlie is mysterious.
I'm gonna tell you something. You won't even know. Renee said these days and times, he has a home. Come here, Billy. Come here.
She didn't say Billy.
Come on over here.
Billy. I can see that now. She said Billy. She got a plate in her hand and everything, saying, "Come on over here."
Billy, I know you like blue. The room is blue, Billy. Come on in. Y'all are so bad.
Oh, Bill Gates in Arlington. Okay.
Oh.
Man, that is crazy. So yeah, tonight's topic. Wow.
Do guys like nerds?
Do guys like nerds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. My speaking for me, I know when I was coming up, I know a lot of times, I don't know, it's just something about the whole perception, like you got to get a princess. You know, she got to look like this and she got to look like that and blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't know. To me, a woman's got to have substance, if that makes sense, you know? And you got to be able to have a great conversation with them. And yeah, I think society is portrayed in which you've got to have a dime piece. That's the thing. Got to have a dime piece. But then it's like you get a dime piece and then she's worth a nickel. You know, she doesn't want to interact with you. She doesn't want to communicate with you. No attention, or the attention is if everybody else is around or whatever sort. And to me, I try to tell my sons, if you go find a queen, just a queen. You got to be, you know, over the top beautiful or whatever, so long flowing hair and blah, blah, blah. Especially now, you know. I think there's nothing wrong with dating a nerd. Because here's the thing, if two nerds get together, it's amazing what they can build. And then before you know it, they're like the it couple. And a lot of people are like, wow. I've seen that a lot on Facebook and on other social medias in which it's been like two people you think ain't no way in the world. How in the world do they look like, you know, they look like they should be together, but they've built the most beautiful life. And they're just amazing with people and community and stuff like that. And to me, that's the thing.
Nerds are fun. Nerds are fun. Terry says she's a nerd. Yeah,
I'm a nerd.
I claim it.
I know you was 42 just going to a club. You did go right. You a nerd.
Hey, now.
Hey, Brad said, got you. That's a heavy topic. Thugging can be seen as cool because thugs are the ones that can smash your chick.
That's true.
Oh, boy.
When Babs came out, ignorance started to get praised because of our culture sold to the the commercialism.
Man, you should have been on here early. Wow. That's a good one.
Own it.
Hey, Terry, own it tonight, boy. She's dropping.
Woo, Terry. Let me tell you, when you I know when you're a young mom or a crafter, like I look at my hands, I said, Lord have mercy. However, I don't think that men are like, well, there are some goofballs like, oh, her nails ain't done, I can't talk to her. But most men just want to see that your hands is clean. Like they're not looking at if you have nails on, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. It doesn't have to be me. Just find someone that's down with you. That's right.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
I see folks look at me and mine like, how that happened?
I'm with you. Been there, done that. I know a lot of people who look at me and Renee and be like, like I tell her, she's man, I don't know what it was. I guess I went in overtime praying to have her. He blessed me with it.
Both of you guys have beautiful wives. And I don't say that because, it is. I'm just saying because it's the fact. Like, you guys have really beautiful wives. And I see y'all as a couple. Like, I do. I see y'all as a couple. But don't it make you feel good as a dude when other guys be like, hey, man, like, ooh, you got a nice one. Or, wow. Does that bring a sense of pride up in you? Like, yeah, I did like that.
Every now and then I'll pop the shirt collar a little bit.
Queen T, money sale.
Yeah, that was some work right there. She turned me down a couple of times. I just couldn't take no for an answer.
There you go.
See, that's because you were attracted to her.
That's it.
You were like, no, you like the challenge. But then the challenge became intriguing, and then you just fell head over after that. That's how it worked.
Yeah.
And when we started dating, she came out and said, "You're gonna end up being my husband."
Ooh, yeah. There you go.
I said, "All right now."
There you go.
Right. I love it.
That's what's up. Yeah, man, shoot. Ain't nothing like having that queen. Well, I'm gonna tell you, me and Renee, we started out as friends. I mean, we were just good friends, and then it gravitated to us dating and stuff. But I ain't gonna lie. I mean, she used to come up and, man, I'm telling you, when we be out and about, and I see her out, at a club or go out to eat and things of that nature, Renee be dressed, and her hair, had them hairdos and stuff.
And you got a question?
Think
of Def Jams. What is that?
Hey, what's up, bro?
So Renee been to more clubs than I have?
Yeah. Well, at least one. It was one. It was one that we know. It was one.
Oh, okay.
She's been there more times than you probably have been out in the club. Because I mean, we used to go out and we would see each other and stuff. We would dance. We used to love to dance and stuff. But I would say over the years, it's just like wine. I mean, she was beautiful when I met her, but every year she just got finer and finer. My chest start getting swole. Like,
yeah, because both of your wives, it has to be because you're in their lives. I'm telling you, if a man make a woman feel joy, she'll look young forever. And Queen T and Renee, you know what I'm saying? Queen Renee and Queen T, like, they look like they're going backwards, like on their birthdays. Like, it's amazing to me. I'm like, the heck is going on? Like, that is joy. So you guys, and this is not you personally, but any man that has a woman in their life, make sure that you are filling her with joy, because that is the best makeup that any woman could ever wear on her face.
Wow.
I like
For
that.
one thing, thank you. And then,
Yeah.
that was deep.
Yeah, it was deep.
Yeah.
Oh, both of y'all are lucky.
You sure?
That-
Right, Terry. Charlie 2 said it's all right, Adrian. Clubs ain't all that anyway.
That's right.
I appreciate that, Charlie.
Brad said in big cities, there's so many options. We're engulfed with the temptations that every turn, but not everyone is replaceable. Got to know your number and your date at your level. The instant gratification now will have a woman thinking she can replace a good man and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I read something online that said people
Mm-hmm.
date at the level of their insecurities.
Mm. Oh. Brad said when women are confident, they look good. When women are undesirable, they act like they hate the world.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Right. I can't, Terry.
She's a grandma.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a me when that time comes. I don't want no
Yeah.
grand nothing.
I know that's right. Shoot, it's a blessing. It is truly a blessing, and I think we're getting close to that time. But it's so interesting that as A Money said, the way society and the way these social media and these TV shows and stuff portray just how the whole demographic should be. I think it's an insult sometimes when deep down, if you just find that right person, and it don't matter if they're a nerd. It don't matter if they're just a plain Jane or they're not flashy and all this other stuff. But if you find that right person, you get with them. Just think what you can build together and grow together, and just
Thugs need love too. Like, let's not, you know what I mean. But they have to be inspired to change their lifestyle. As stated on another show, a woman or man's greatest power is not your looks, it's not sex, it's your influence. Because if you can influence the person, your mate, to be the best person that they can be, they're going to love you so unconditionally. But if you can't influence them, you have nothing.
Ooh, another deep one.
Another deep one, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to review this show again and write some of those down.
Yeah, dictate it. Get it in the book.
They keep coming because it's 420 today. They keep coming because it's 420.
Man, well, thank y'all once again for joining us on At the Round Table.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Terry, come on now. Terry said she holding on to grandma.
That should be little baby heads. That shouldn't be the crying faces.
Yeah. And especially with her on her weight loss journey and stuff. And y'all get a chance, check her out on social media.
I was just about to say that those have been inspiring.
Very much so.
Very inspiring. Very inspiring. So
follow her.
A baby. Look, you just had a baby back to back. What do you expect? No, man, we would not have any of that tonight.
Oh, thank you,
Renee.
We appreciate
it.
Renee.
Appreciate it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we getting ready to go ahead and shut it down, y'all, because we've gone over the time. But y'all chiming in has been amazing. And as usual, we ask that y'all just go ahead and share the show. Share it out to as many individuals and sites, other podcasts, and blogs and such, because we really, really love chiming and vibing with y'all, you know, because it is the People's Podcast Show, and you are our family. So family shares, because sharing is caring. So
True that. And if you haven't followed us on YouTube yet, please do, as well as check us out on some of the more what is it, podcast friendly platforms as well.
yes, indeed. IG Terry _ Jim Mom. Love you too, babe. Terry, are we following each other? I need to. Yes, to see. There we go. That's how we build relationships, y'all.
That's right.
We're a
That's
relationship building podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We got layers like an onion. Check us out. It's the People's Podcast Show with Pitbull, A Money, and your boy CD. We'll see y'all again real soon. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.